Radio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Oh man, but yeah, that's boxing. So far, it's all our boxing topics, and then we have a non-boxing topic, hooray! Because we eventually do those every now and then. And the movie in question is Deathstroke Knights and Dragons. From the latest adventure from the DC universe. DC animation universe, I should say. And this, I just saw it randomly too. I was browsing like I usually browse, and I came across it. I was like, "Oh, what is this? What is this? What do we have here?" So I told LB about
the animated version of Deadpool. Okay.
Yeah, I told LB about it. I put him on where to watch this, and then I sat there and I watched it. And LB, I'll let you start off, man. What did you think of the flick?
I thought it was damn good because it's funny because when you told me about it, I was like, man, and I probably won't be able to see this until tomorrow. But later on, you text me during the, I think in the evening, and he was like, yo, this Deadpool, I keep saying Deadpool, for this Deathstroke movie is raw. And I was like, damn, I'm watching it too. Like, yeah, this shit kicking ass right now. So,
hell yeah.
I thought it was good pacing, good action, good animation. It's brutal, it's violent. Anybody can fucking get it in this movie.
Hell yeah.
It really kind of showed Deathstroke how bad he is. I know the whole Deadpool comparisons, Wade Wilson, Slade Wilson.
Yeah, that shit was kind of crazy,
But it's like how all the fighting tried to make how Street Fighter, the art of fighting, SNK Capcom Street Fighter beef.
Yeah,
trading out characters. Like, all right, so we'll make a nigga that look like Ken and Ryu, and then you're like, nah, we'll make a dude that look like this dude and that dude. So yes, I get it, but it still had to execute, and execute it did. So yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah, that shit was straight violence, man. It had a nice adult feel and everything like that, man. The only thing I did not like about this flick too is they kind of harp too much on Deathstroke, and this may be a spoiler, being like a bad father and shit like that. Like they at some points they were harping. I was like, just get to the fucking action. Like, yes, he has a son. Yes, his son, almost died. And yes, his son is like a mute. Stop harping on it. Let him kill people.
I don't know if there's been like a woman really heavily involved in the writing of this shit, but that in the Mortal Kombat movie the other day, they kind of really, had a certain feminist vibe to them. Like,
yeah, it's like, yes, my comic book here is I don't care about the multiple family problems unless it leads to more, more killing. But that was the
dad with the Sonya Blade bitching at Johnny Cage the whole movie and slapping him up, and now with Deathstroke being a bad father, okay, like who hurt you? Like,
I know, right?
Cases. Like, damn, like we get it. Like,
I'm saying
the nigga wasn't there.
AOP, man, what did you think about this? Oh, sorry. P, what did you think about this?
I enjoyed it a lot, honestly. It's funny because all these animations do more justice than the actual real versions. Like, fuck, we get more out of it.
Facts.
Well, that's a given. Yeah, and that's the thing I never understand. And although Deathstroke did make a brief appearance in the live action, they haven't done anything with him yet.
Me too.
We're basically waiting to see what they do with Deathstroke and what's going to be his next live appearance. But DC, they turn out the animation though, brutal adult animation. That I don't understand why it can't translate to his live action. I don't understand it.
Why can't it translate more often?
Exactly. It's like they have all this material, but their live action is just maybe at least 3 of the movies are good, but none of them are. The only one that's rated R is one that people don't like all that much.
What, Joker?
Well, I'm talking about within the actual like the DCEU, not the.
Oh, the other comic book movie that's not a comic book. Oh yeah, whatever, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not in the universe, but it's in the solar system.
Yeah, I mean, that's rated R. I mean, yeah, shit is rated R, but it's rated R because you know the motherfucker was mentally ill, not because he was doing a whole lot of ill shit. At least not from the end.
So it's like, but then damn, I look at Marvel like they got so many raw fucking characters. Like they animation movies. I don't know what they be doing over there.
Yeah, no.
And it's like they kind of stopped churning them out.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they don't.
They really let DC just walk away with the title on that one.
I mean, they're the inverse of DC with the live action, but then their animated series be trash.
Yeah, they need to. If they don't, I mean,
they got a few dope ones. I ain't gonna say they trash, but it just with everything, it's like damn, we can't get a raw ass X-Men with some Sentinels in 2020, and they going hard with it. Like,
I mean, the closest one was the last Wolverine movie. That was probably the closest I've seen to raw Marvel, with raw Marvel action. And of course, I love that shit too. Wolverine finally was put across the purpose. Yes.
It's like y'all took 3 fucking movies to do it though.
Yeah, it took like 3-4 fucking movies. Wolverine in feudal Japan not clawing up nobody. All the X-Men flicks and shit like that. And it takes that movie at least to finally show him putting his anime in someone's fucking head. Seriously. It took him that fucking long. Because
the Deadpool had to come out and show people that, you know what, we actually like rated R X-Men related shit.
Right. And then DC has nothing, has the material, but they want to go kid friendly, with the exception of like maybe a couple movies. But they're like I said,
I feel like both need to be taking more chances, but
right. But at least the animation
neither here nor there.
So at least with Deathstroke Knights and Dragons, from what I read, the screenwriter was the same one that did Constantine City of Demons and Justice League Dark, both of which are incredibly dark cartoons. Especially
it was actually entertaining too, so yeah,
especially that Constantine City of Demons. My goodness, that shit! I felt like I had to.
That shit was dope as fuck.
It was though, but I feel like I had to pray after watching that shit. That shit was like, God damn, this shit is demonic. Justice League Dark was cool. It wasn't as demonic. It was dark though, but it wasn't Constantine. Constantine was just like Jesus Christ.
Constantine just on that whole other level with the darkness, like Justice League Dark because so many people was getting fucked up that you was rooting for.
Exactly.
Random superhero gets torn in half in the background.
That shit was raw as fuck, man. Yeah, and that's like I said, DC. This is where DC shines, man. And Deathstroke was, like I said, it was spectacular. Like I said, he plays by his own rules. He saves people. He kicks ass.
And it was fast paced. Like it never felt like the movie was like where is this going? Like everything just like niggas resolve shit quickly in that movie.
Yeah, and also too, it looks like in the way it ended, it seemed like they ended it on a cliffhanger too, which means that I'm just saying, I was like, that's kind of a weird ending for this. It's like,
yeah, it was better than the standard Netflix.
It was,
and then we be getting an a sorry ass movie.
Right,
Netflix have a classic movie into the last 20 minutes, and it's like they don't know how to end it, and they're like, okay, walk off into the darkness or some shit, or find this guy next week in the bathroom. Like it's always some stupid shit like that. So like, at least this kind of ended where the bad guy, got a definitive loss or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
They had like Operation Delta Force 2 kind of ending.
Yeah, it didn't close the show with the Lorme style.
Right.
I mean, y'all niggas know Operation Delta, Chuck Norris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Saturday afternoon movies.
Yeah, but it had that feeling to it too, though. Like Deathstroke was really like murking niggas, and it's different locations, the different fights was set up. Like I like how they was like all over the place with that shit.
Yeah, actually, like I said, the action scenes alone are worth viewing. You know, let's say if you want to see like quality animation, quality killing, and stuff like that. But yeah, the story, just least, I mean, the story in terms of how things escalate is fine. But like I said, keep the characters' personal family problems to a minimum. Like they don't need long-winded dialogues about this and that and third, and some little bit domestic violence involved.
They was overdoing it with the wife. Addie.
Yeah, I was just like,
The part of me is like, yo, bitch, you don't chill with that shit already. But I mean, I guess he like, if she was his teacher or whatever, I guess she got the ability to say all that shit to him.
Yeah, and truthfully too, the dialogue itself wasn't that great either. Like it wasn't anything. It seemed like it was kind of basic for at least for a DC movie. I don't know, it was just maybe the voices weren't right or whatever, or I don't know.
There was no real emotion in the voices. Like it seemed like everybody got over the shit that was happening to him.
Yeah, like quick.
Like niggas just abandoned both their parents. It's like, okay, I got powers. Nigga abandoned to fight people. Okay, I got powers.
Yeah,
you lost your wife and your family. Okay, I got powers. A nigga kill you and make you have to get revenge 10 years later. Okay, I got powers. Like, moral of the story, like, nigga, if you got powers, do give a fuck about some damn feelings.
Right? It's like, use your powers for good. Kill people.
Yeah, for real. Like, that was everybody's reasoning, too. Like, oh, shit. I mean, we ragged on it, but it was good.
Yeah. So, for a score out of 10, LB, what would you give it?
Oh, wow. Maybe a 9. Like, a part of me feels like it's an 8 though, but I didn't really have the complaints I had weren't really that big enough to just make it an 8.
It's an 8 for me.
And despite how good it was, I don't think it was a 10.
Right, yeah, and the 10 is a classic. It's not a classic. That's
it's just under there, like.
Yeah.
Because the way the deaths and the way he was murking people and the whole, like, that gotta count for something. Like, yeah, a 9. I give it a 9.
Yeah, and I agree with P. I give it an 8 too. Like I said, the violence was outstanding, but it just seemed like some of the story itself, like I said, as we mentioned before, between him and the wife and stuff like that, was just dragging a little bit. That's the only time I felt like it was dragging. All that extra dialogue, extra bullshit. But niggas, when 3 or 4 niggas...
I don't even feel like it was extra dialogue. It's just how the dialogue went.
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking in the time of all this dialogue, like 3 or 4 niggas could have been killed. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't, like... It's like they wanted to be endearing.
Yeah.
And let you feel it, but you really couldn't, because they couldn't portray the emotions and just the whole, like... Yeah, this is devastating for me, this to happen. It was more like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this, instead of like, oh man.
Yeah, I think the term we want to use is robotic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But even then, I don't think it's enough for me to. But damn, maybe 9 is too high. I don't know. Like I can see an 8. Like I definitely think an 8 is good. Because I feel like the movie's better than average. It's better than a 6 or a 7.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it is.
I would definitely recommend it. I think for what it was and what it was trying to do, I think that's why I'm giving it a 9. Whereas something like Justice League Dark has so much going for it, but then it still fell short of being classic. So, it's like, it's a 9. I stick with my 9.
Or, I'll say it's an 8 to me, and then P says it's an 8. So I mean, like I said, it's definitely worth it. Like there's no bullshit with it. Like they weren't fucking around in this movie.
Probably an 8.5 is a proper score for me.
But we can't
I don't do halves.
Yeah, we don't do halves. Unfortunately, that's an LB rule. We can't do halves.
Cause ain't no half stepping.
Facts.
You either gonna pressure fight or a back foot box. But yeah, I definitely welcome a sequel.
Yeah, and
It's
obviously
up there like.
Oh,
no, keep going. My bad.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, like I said, obviously with the movie, we can't go into movie theaters and nothing. So I mean, it was a nice surprise to see that type of movie being out there. Like I said, the movies that being available are kind of wearing a little thin in terms of like what's available. So it's just like it was a nice little surprise to actually see that being available. So
yeah,
kudos for that.
Like it's not on the level of that Sub-Zero's Scorpion's Revenge or Sub-Zero. No, Scorpion's Revenge.
Scorpion's Revenge, yeah.
Yeah, it's not on that level. Like when you say classic DC movies, like our Warner Brothers, whatever, Scorpion Revenge is up there. The Superman Doomsday is up there.
Yeah. Constantine is up there.
Got all these is like 10s I'm naming. Like Batman and
the Suicide Squad ones, especially Suicide. My goodness.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. Yeah, Suicide Squad definitely up there.
Yeah.
That one Batman and Superman with they fought Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think Supergirl was it. That's definitely fucking up there. So
there was some real
like
shit.
Deadpool is like somewhere near theirs, near that list.
You said Deadpool again, son.
I mean, Deathstroke is somewhere near that list, but he's closer to the other list of other movies than he is to this one.
Word.
But I can still respect that he still belong in the good to great movie category. So I can live with it.
Yeah, so it's very. It was entertaining, and we definitely we give you full recommendation to check it out. You will not be disappointed. And we kept it, we kept it mostly spoiler free too, so that's actually pretty good.
yeah. Unless you're one of those double listening dudes, and you're like, well, he gave that away. Like, really? Okay. Sorry.
I mean, you can listen to our segment on the podcast as much as you like over and over again on YouTube, correct? We won't be listening.
Yeah. I know this was the first movie episode we did in a minute too.
Yeah, basically we're patiently waiting for newer movies to come out. I mean, there were some movies, but there were times where we just our signals were kind of crossed, or there wasn't enough time, or in cases it was too late to review it on. Yeah, no, at least it's good. Like I said, I mean, we have to wait until something comes up. Until whether on The Boys season 2, on Amazon or something like that to actually to review or to recap.
Oh, not going to the movie theater fucking sucks.
Yeah, for y'all niggas will be at the movie theater all the time, maybe, but I guess it's like that shit. It's like whatever to me right now.
Yeah, I mean,
don't worry, that Shaw season 3 recap is coming.
Oh yeah, no, that Shaw season. Yeah, trust me. Yeah,
that shit's definitely coming, bro.
Yeah, I have some first words for that season. But
we got loaded the clip on that one.
Yeah, no, there's I'm not gonna say any more about it other than once it's over, we're gonna talk about it. That's for damn sure. Oh man, but so we've come to the end of our show for tonight. P, do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, always and forever, Ring Gang Radio. Like Wu-Tang forever, Ring Gang forever.
So,
you already know. RingGangRadio.com. Ring Gang Radio cartoon. Episode 1 out. Episode 2's on the way. You're gonna love this one. So fuck with us. You already know.
Yes, sir.
Tech and Destroy out. Go check that out. It's fire.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man.
Hold on. What's your favorite track on Tech and Destroy?
Good question.
Damn, you put me on the spot right now. I'm trying to think of what's my favorite. I would probably say either Flow Hardest or Mars 2.
Word. I feel you on that. I feel you. Yeah.
That's right.
Mars is one of my favorite. I ain't gonna lie.
I probably have to say Flow Hardest. If I have to choose between the two, I'll probably say Flow Hardest.
Word. Yeah, see, y'all hear that, folks? Y'all already know what the deal.
Yo, LB, man, do you have your final thoughts?
What that nigga just said. But yeah, man, y'all already know, man. We always coming up with new creative shit. Bars and Boxing is gonna be coming back soon. Cartoon episode 2 in the works. We gonna get some more articles y'all way. You know, just subscribe. Hey, help get our YouTube subscribers. You know, y'all subscribe, help get that shit higher. Same thing with Twitter, IG, all that shit. You know, Ring Game every day and twice on Sunday. And 3 times on a Saturday when it's a damn lame ass running marathon instead of boxing. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody across the globe that fuck with us. You know, all the different countries and cities and shit. You know, on Spotify, Podomatic, y'all know what it do. But we enjoy boxing. We just enjoy doing what we do. So y'all hear that. So.
Exactly. If we didn't enjoy doing what we do, man, you know, we'd be silent. But you know, like I said, you know, especially me and Elby, we've been doing this for a long time. You know,
Now we just add more pieces and show more love. And, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going nowhere, man. We're up to some new hot shit.
Cause this ring gangsta like we ain't going nowhere.
No.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
No versus no.
Oh man, but yeah, watch out for the bars and box. Especially, you know, I'm working on my prediction videos for the current, for the current card that's in a couple weeks. That's being what and Taylor and Pursuing 2. Pretty much it's just one is wrapped up, the other one will be wrapped up shortly. You know, I'll probably post that sometime next week. Prediction videos and whatnot on Instagram, YouTube and whatnot, so you can check that out. And then articles are probably on the way. Right now I'm just currently filtering what fights I want to get for that page. I think I got about like 2 that were I narrowed down to 2. And then of course,
What division, bro?
light heavyweight and 140.
Oh, okay. Both got a history of fades, okay.
Yeah, especially 175.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. I'll probably make a decision about that probably sometime next week. But yeah, you know, so just keep supporting us. The website, check out, subscribe, base, YouTube up. We did Twitter. You know, I know Twitter's been popping. You know, we thank you for engaging with us. We do get a lot of people following. We appreciate that. Instagram too. You know, like I said, we post additional. But yeah, keep following us on Instagram too. Tell your friends to follow us. We got the option that you want and need. Yeah, it's Ring Gang for life. Man. We do this, man. We love to do this. We do this for you.
Fuck with us. Don't marinate anymore.
Marinate.
Everything's built up. You just gotta pull the trigger. You hit like and subscribe. Yeah, we gonna run that joke into the ground.
Yeah, we will.
That's something with stat padding.
Yeah, well, that one, yeah, stat padding will be used more very soon. I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, so for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. New England representative. For LB, Shuttleworth, the GOAT artist. For King P, Bodega P, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, it's shit's real, we talk about it. So, until next time, peace.